Here's a truth that'll hit like a hammer. 70% of divorces are initiated by women, and men are left shocked, broke, and wondering what the hell just happened. But here's what they don't tell you. She didn't just wake up one morning and decide to leave. She's been planning this exit for 12 to 18 months while you were still bringing home flowers and paying the bills. Brother, if you're thinking marriage is your path to happiness and partnership, you need to understand something critical. Modern marriage is a rigged game where men are set up to lose everything they've built. I know you felt this. You've watched friends go through divorces, watched them sit alone in empty apartments, unable to eat, wondering how 20 years of sacrifice got them here. You told yourself it wouldn't happen to you. You're different. Your relationship is different. Fellas, what I'm about to share isn't coming from bitterness. This is coming from a man who's been divorced 4 times. 4 times. And he's going to break down exactly why marriage has become one of the worst financial and emotional decisions a man can make in 2025. Let me paint you a picture of what divorce actually looks like for men. You're sitting in your house, maybe one you bought and paid for. The rug just got pulled out from under you. Could be a week, 2 weeks, even a matter of days since you dropped the bomb. You can't eat. Your stomach's in knots. There's a fog around your head that won't clear. You're walking around like a husk of a man because your entire life just got upended. And here's the part that destroys guys. It feels sudden to you, but for her, she's had her foot out the door for the last year and a half. During that 18 months, while you were working overtime, fixing things around the house, being the provider, being the husband you thought you should be, she was already planning the exit strategy. And in most cases, she already has your replacement lined up before you're even out the door. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that women initiate nearly 70% of divorces. But the data doesn't capture the full picture. It doesn't show the months of planning. It doesn't show the new guy waiting in the wings. It doesn't show how little your decades of sacrifice actually mattered. Here's the red pill most men struggle to swallow. No matter what you did, no matter how long you did it for, you are easily replaceable, discarded, abandoned, and forgotten. Like none of those things you ever did mattered. What are those things? A lot of men put their wives through university. They pay tuition. They help set up businesses. They provide a lifestyle where she never has to worry about money. The guy wants a traditional life with a traditional wife. So he goes out to work, breaks his back for the family, while she's home taking care of kids. You've seen those memes on Facebook. They show a man with dirty, cracked, broken, bleeding hands next to a picture of clean, feminine, well-manicured hands. The caption says, "I work and make my hands like this, so her hands can be like that." And you know what your thanks is for that sacrifice. You know what your reward is for destroying your body and your youth, getting ruthlessly separated, and then ultimately divorced and dragged through the family court system. That's your thanks. That's your reward for being the good guy, the provider, the man who kept his promises. While you're sitting in that empty apartment, unable to eat, stomach twisting, thinking about what she might be doing, who she might be with, here's the harsh reality. She couldn't give 2 shits about you. She's not sitting around depressed. She's not unable to eat. She's not wondering if she made the right decision. She's already moved on emotionally months ago. She's out on dates with the new guy. She's posting on social media about her newfound freedom and happiness. She's getting support from all her friends telling her how brave she is. Meanwhile, you're the villain in her story, no matter what you actually did or didn't do. This is one of the biggest red pills that gets shoved down men's throats, and guys will push back on this. They'll say, "No, you're just bitter. My girlfriend is great. My wife is different. It won't happen to me. You must have been the problem. You're talking nonsense until it happens to you." I've had numerous guys tell me this stuff over the years. 5 years later, they pop back up in my life. "Yeah, I remember you telling me that. That's exactly what happened. Want to catch up for a beer? I could use someone to talk to. Let's talk about what divorce actually costs men. When a man leaves the house, he's often financially destroyed. He has to go get an apartment, feed himself, pay child support, handle all his bills, and somehow survive on whatever's left. The man in this video said it perfectly. "I didn't have a lot of money or income or skills or education. I wasn't making a lot of money, and then I was on my own. It was hard. There was a time in my life that I struggled. And this is after potentially decades of building wealth together, buying a house together, saving money together. In divorce, the man typically loses the house, loses half his assets, loses access to his kids, and gets stuck with child support payments that can cripple him financially for years. According to legal studies, men's standard of living drops by 40% after divorce, while women's often stays the same or improves. The system isn't designed to be fair. It's designed to extract maximum resources from men while giving them minimum access to their children. Here's what's truly insane. Some men go through this hell, dig themselves out of the hole through sheer grit and determination, rebuild their lives, get back to a good place financially and mentally, and then do it all over again. They forget what they went through. It becomes a foggy memory, a bad memory. The blue pill starts coming back. They swallow it again. They spit out everything they learned, everything they went through. They chalk it up to life experience and get back out on the dating market. They get a long-term girlfriend. They move her in, and they're right back where they were. I've had guys email me saying, "Damn, man, you were right. I let my guard down, let somebody in, and I'm getting treated just as bad, if not worse, than what I was by the wife. But I was lonely. I thought I'd learned the game. I thought I was an alpha. I thought I was red pill, and I ended up getting screwed over again." The man in this video? 4 marriages, 4 divorces. And he's sitting there, tears in his eyes, talking about how much it hurt each time, especially the ones where kids were involved. He talks about his last divorce and how it hurt even more because the kids were older. They were old enough to understand that daddy's not in the house anymore. Daddy's packing up his stuff. Daddy's living somewhere else. They were old enough to tell him they didn't want this. They didn't want daddy to go away. They loved him. They could cry because he was leaving. And he says it perfectly. Seeing all that, hearing it from the kids, seeing it, that just pulled some heartstrings. That made me cry too. That hurt the hell out of me because I could see it was hurting my kids. And nobody wants to see their kids hurting. But here's the truly brutal part. Despite all that pain, despite the kids crying and not wanting him to leave, the system still makes him leave. The courts still side with the mother. He still loses his daily access to his children, and he still has to write a check every month for the privilege of being kept away from them. Modern marriage law wasn't designed to protect families. It was designed to extract resources from men and transfer them to women and the state. No-fault divorce means she can leave for any reason or no reason, and you still lose half of everything you worked for. The family court system operates under the assumption that the woman is the better parent, that the man is probably dangerous or negligent, and that his primary value is as a paycheck. Custody defaults to the mother. The house goes to the mother. The man gets visitation if he's lucky, and a payment plan that can last 18 years or more per child. This isn't a system designed to be fair. This is a system designed to redistribute male resources. And every year, thousands of men walk into marriage without understanding that they're signing the most dangerous contract of their lives. So what do you do with this information? Here's your protection strategy, starting today. First move, understand that marriage in 2025 is a contract heavily weighted against men. You're signing up for potential financial destruction with limited upside. Accept this reality before making any decisions. Second move, if you're already married and things are rocky, start protecting yourself now. Document everything. Get a lawyer quietly. Understand your state's divorce laws. Know what you're facing before it hits. Third move, if you're considering marriage, ask yourself what you're actually getting that you can't have without signing that contract. Companionship? You can have that single. Sex? You can have that single. Love? You can have that without a legal contract. What does marriage actually add except legal risk? Fourth move, if you're divorced or divorcing, focus on your financial recovery immediately. Your job isn't to win her back or understand what went wrong. Your job is to rebuild your life brick by brick. Get your income up, handle your obligations, build your future. Fifth move, learn from other men who've been through this. The divorce support groups, the men's forums, the friends who've walked this path. They'll tell you what your married friends won't. It's not worth the risk in the current system. Final move, if you're post-divorce and thinking about getting back into a relationship, remember what you learned. Don't let loneliness or hormones make you forget the hell you just crawled out of. Your freedom is worth protecting. Nobody's coming to save you from making bad decisions. Nobody's going to stop you from signing that marriage contract if that's what you decide to do. This is on you, brother. The man in this video went through 4 marriages and 4 divorces before he finally understood the game. 4 times of financial devastation, 4 times of emotional hell, 4 times of losing access to kids and homes and lives he built. How many times do you need to learn the same lesson? The system is rigged. The laws are stacked against you. The courts will take your money and your kids and tell you it's fair. And society will call you bitter or broken for pointing this out. But the numbers don't lie. 70% of divorces initiated by women. 40% drop in men's standard of living post-divorce. Billions of dollars transferred from men to women every year through the family court system. You already know what you need to do. The only question is whether you'll have the courage to act on what you know before it costs you everything. Stop reading. Start thinking. Your future is waiting.